smells like an overcooked chicken broth.
Who would want to eat this?
Balut is the best food in the Philippines.
It's good for the health.
Every time I eat, I become energy and this thing, yeah.
The life cycle of a duck is simple. There's a duck egg, and it incubates and hatches into a fully grown duck, and in between this process is balut. Balut is the national street food of the Philippines, consisting of a fertilized duck egg. Its name comes from the Filipino and Malay word balot, meaning wrap, as the duck egg is incubated for a period of 14 to 21 days. It is as popular in Manila as hot dogs in the United States. But how is this food eaten? It is typically eaten with salt, chili, garlic, or vinegar as seasoning. The Filipinos consume this during merienda, which means traditional afternoon snack, and pulutan, meaning side dishes, by young men during late-night drinking sessions. What's called balut in the Philippines goes by different names in other countries. In Vietnam, it's called hot vit lon, meaning duck flounder, kai luk in Laos, meaning explorer, pong tia kun in Cambodia, and kai kao in Thai, meaning longing. The earliest citation is an 1830 report on Siam and Cochin, China, where hatched eggs were being eaten during great parties. Most theorize that the maritime linkages between the Philippines and China is the reason for the historical diffusion of practices involving fertilized duck eggs, notably maotan. Claudio reasoned that because most Filipinos have low incomes, they have learned to use all edible parts of a plant or animal product, which may look unappetizing, but can be made into savory dishes. This, hence, gave birth to the Philippines' iconic dish, balut. This fertilized egg not only symbolizes the collision of trade, but is also interwoven with the Filipino culture and beliefs. Before delving into that, let's look at how it's made.
Sa paggawa ng balut, kailangang painitan ang itlog ng itik ng 18 days. Inilalagay nila ang mga itlog sa tradisyonal na incubator na tinatawag nilang taong.
Ito ay palay na siya magiging silbing pangtakip doon sa na siya nagbibigay ng init din sa. Ayun, tapos na.
Para malaman kung naging balot ang itlog ng itik, sisilawin nila ito sa ika-5 araw ng pagpapainit. Makalipas ang 18 araw, maaari na itong ilaga at ibenta.
Now that balut is ready, let's go try it out.
How to eat?
Typically you start by looking for the softer side. So first you're gonna wanna crack it.
I'll try it first.
Oh, it smells very fertilized.
We have to eat it with salt.
Wait, why do I not get any like soup? I expected something like xiaolongbao.
Ready?
No, wait, no, I'm not ready.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's actually not that bad.
What? Oh.
I don't get why people say this is tasty.
For me, it wasn't the texture. I think it was more of the aroma.
I think the smell makes you want to vomit.
But then I probably won't try again.
Well, we are certainly not fond of this exotic food, but why did it become the national street food of the Philippines?
It's yummy.
The main reasons boil down to the nutrition, cost, and its supposed aphrodisiac properties.
When you eat balut, you feel stronger.
I think balut is rich in protein.
I have a very low blood pressure. That's why the doctor asked me to eat balut.
What they said aren't merely beliefs passed down from generation to generation. Research has shown that just the edible portion of the embryonated duck eggs contains 188 calories. That's equivalent to a 4-ounce chicken breast without skin. Not only does it pack 13.7 grams of protein within the fragile shell, it also has 116 milligrams of calcium. All this for just 15 Philippine pesos, which is around 2 Hong Kong dollars. Stark poverty in the Philippines is a definite factor in the consumption of balut, as it's a relatively inexpensive source of protein and calcium.
Yes, oh my God,
It is believed that balut is an aphrodisiac to boost men's virility. This belief can be perhaps traced to the Spanish arrival in 1521. It seems to be the lingering effects of the Spanish colonial rule is the machismo concept. All these cultural beliefs mold the Filipino eating lifestyle, transcending balut into a staple in their lives. How then did this traditional eating culture turn into business opportunities in the Philippines and places outside of it? Throughout the decades, Filipinos have migrated to other parts of the world. Looking at the US alone, the Filipino American is the second largest Asian group in the country. But why isn't Filipino food more popular then? And what have they done to increase its popularity? Back in 2011, a Filipino food movement was founded to create an awareness and appreciation towards the Filipino culinary arts. Their cultural pride is the key for them to take a series of actions in introducing their food to the world. In 2012, Mr. Andrew Zimmern, the Bizarre Foods show host, put Filipino food and balut under the spotlight. He elaborated that if there was a great chef executing Filipino food at a high level, everyone else would line up behind them. Which is exactly what the chefs have done since his prediction. Milkfish in New Orleans and Maharlika in New York's East Village are some of the restaurants that took a chance on Filipino food. Nicole Ponseca and her restaurant Maharlika have made balut popular in New York City. Her restaurant Maharlika organizes an annual balut eating contest, and this has successfully spread the Filipino culture and introduced balut to the wider public. Today, with the combined efforts of various parties, Filipino foods are taking place in the US culture. More people know about their food, their culture, and more importantly, they have the opportunity to do trade and business. As balut has gained international recognition, such as in the United States, controversies have expectedly arisen due to cultural differences. Animal rights and welfare's popularity has particularly been rising in more liberal countries such as the US, and this is where balut draws great attention. Some view it as inhumane and disgusting, as it can be perceived as killing the baby duck before it's born. The problem has reached the extent of an online petition that has garnered nearly 5,000 signatures to close down Maharlika for selling balut. However, the restaurant is still open. This is a great example of the culture clash between Filipinos and foreigners who seem to impose their own beliefs on the Filipino culture. When it comes to religious controversies, the main issue lies with the Islam faith. The faith regulates their diet to eating only halal food. The question is balut halal? For those with the view that balut is made by killing the duck, this may be regarded as improper slaughtering and therefore haram. Additionally, balut has drawn some health concerns given the long period of time it needs to mature. Requiring a temperature of 40 degrees Celsius, the incubator is conducive for growth of salmonella organisms within the shell. However, do note that there have been no reported cases of death by balut. Because of its appearance, media often features eating balut as a challenge, such as in Fear Factor or a punishment in Hell's Kitchen. Inevitably, balut is stereotyped as a gross item. Nevertheless, Filipinos resist the one-dimensional portrayal of balut. They positively redefine balut by adding creative twists to the food. Look at these new ways of eating balut. Deep-fried balut with tempura batter, also known as balut tempura, or sizzling balut combined with soy sauce and oyster sauce. If the customers like it spicy, they can have spicy balut laing, or even mix bits of balut into pasta as a new way of eating it. These new ways of preparation and presentation of the food not only enhances the taste, but also disguises the fetus so that it looks more appetizing. This encourages more people to try balut and eventually change their negative first impressions on it. Ultimately, these creative twists allow more people to taste it in both the traditional and the redefined ways. Whether you like the dish or not, this dish has been around for centuries and is definitely set to stay, especially with the new renditions in gourmet culture. So next time, when you come across a blog about balut, instead of instantly concluding it as a weird or crazy food, remember that it is a dish invented, passed down and evolved from generations to generations. It is but a dish encompassing the Filipino cultural beliefs and trading history.
You will not complete the journey in the Philippines if you don't eat, if you don't try.
Tastes so strong. And I have to brush my teeth. I brush it every night.
Just kidding.